In episode 14 we visited Farrell Flat, spent some time in Burra, Hallett, Whiteyarkowie before finishing our day at Tarawi. Today there was time to head on towards Broken Hill.
Good morning, it's Wednesday 24th of April 2019. Camped last night right opposite Sugarloaf Station on the Barrier Highway. There's a road leads off to the left just up here which goes across to Peterborough. It's a dirt road, and then there's another main road which goes back to Peterborough. I'm tossing up whether to go across and have a look at the motorbike collection. I would just have a look at the town. Really haven't had a real close look at it, but it's 28 kilometre return diversion. So that's to be decided. Meanwhile, there's a rest area not too far up the road, I believe, so be interested to see what facilities are actually there. But I rather enjoyed where I was last night. It was quite nice. It's the countryside. As you can see, lush, thickly timbered. There's the road to Peterborough, and really, no, I think I'll give it a miss this time. We'll just keep moving on. Just keep moving on. There's cars coming from everywhere all of a sudden. Oodla Wirra, 11 kilometres. There's a rest area on the right hand side there, and yeah, there's a bit of room to park a caravan maybe. Not a lot, they fence it, that's the problem. Maybe to try and keep the trucks on the road. When they closed down the old railway line, they bypassed the town of Tarawi. They also bypassed the railway line that now goes through Peterborough. So that was the Peterborough to Broken Hill line. According to my map, I have a rest area coming up. It's marked as such that it is possibly a free camp type area, while an overnight type camping area. There's actually nothing listed on the side of the road, but there was a spot just back there where you could pull in and amongst the trees and that. There should be something about here, but there's nothing mentioned, nothing there, so that suggests that pre-camp area doesn't exist any longer. The old railway line runs alongside of us. Well, there's a railway line thing, but I think it is the old one. Yeah, definitely the old one. Okay. No official rest area. Oodla Wirra is the name of this place. We have a divided road, a 60 km/h limit. And a weighing station, or a fruit control station. Right, because of course we're approaching the border of New South Wales. Of course. And suddenly the sun has gone in and it's got a bit chilly. Yunta is our next destination and that's 60 kilometres away, according to that sign I just went past. Ooh, looks rather interesting in the distance. I don't know whether it looks like rain or whether it looks like what, but not supposed to be any rain out there. That's in the very far distance. Yeah, we've got out of the flat country and into a little bit of undulating stuff at the moment. Yeah, you got this little hassle where every now and again the cruise control cuts in and out. And it cuts out when you've got someone behind you, which is a pain in the butt because all of a sudden you start to slow down and that's not good. Not good at all. So we're through that little range of hills anyway. Just small ones. So a kilometre ahead we've got a rest area apparently. So it's marked on the EO Topo map. It's marked on the EO Topo map. We'll just check and see whether it's on the others. But, just up here on the left hand side. And it's in off-the road, so it's not just a truck rest area, I'd suggest. Plenty of room here. Yeah, you can pull up in the middle there. Plenty of camping area here. Well, we just might get rid of some rubbish. This is the Pindera Ranges we're in at the moment. Okay, we've had to stop for about 23 or 24 minutes there. Had a little bit of a weird thing happen. I think they call it like a little mini sort of a weird thing anyway. The eyes go silly. So figured better to pull in and take a rest and get everything back happening again. Nice little area there actually. And I think this goes back around to the main road. We hope so anyway, otherwise we're going somewhere else. Anyway. Yeah, I think they call it sort of like a migraine thing, but it's not a migraine, just your eye goes all silly and sees weird things and coloured lights and all that. So that's all sorted. Well, there's little parking spots everywhere around here, so yeah, you can get well away from the maddening crowd if you want to. Okay, back onto the main road again. They do the rejoin thing well. They actually have you come out and have a transit lane. There's a car coming, we'll let them go. Little BMW heap of shit. Range of hills there in the distance. There are hills around here, but they're all fairly smooth, but those ones in the distance are rather lumpy. A couple of pretty tall peaks on them. This is outback country, and it would feel more authentic if we were on a dirt road, no the Great Central Road, but the road is bitumen. It sort of takes away some of the magic of it, and I fear that's what's going to happen with the Great Central Road in the future. It does make the outback more accessible, and I don't know whether that's a good thing or not. This is apparently potentially a floodplain. Every now and again you go past markers and they're marked up to 2 metres. Just coming up to Yunta, there's those hills in the background that we were talking about before. Well, that roadhouse is gone. Little post office here. Ruler is off to the left. There's BP Roadhouse on this side. Diesel $1.48.9. It's cheaper here than what it was back in Burra. It's a Caltex 24-hour fuel. We might go for a run around town. Now, we did this with Mum and Auntie Jane, I believe. There's obviously a rest area over there. Whether you can sleep at night or not, who knows. We've done about 80k this morning so far. It's not a dump point. Yunta never closes, it says. There's the Celtics. So that's Yunta. Yunta, or however you want to pronounce it. Yunta Creek. She's pretty dry at the moment. Everything's dry at the moment. Mannahil is 43. Mannahill, that is. There's a rest area down here on the left, just over the creek, as it turns out. This one is pretty much that, a rest area. It's not a it's not set up like the last one with the tables and the chairs and things, not unless it was further back down along the river or something. Which of course, if there's a possibility of a lot of rain somewhere, not a good place to be, because the river, they just come on you in a hurry. Go from dry to damp in no time. Generally with those rivers, when they get damp, they get very damp, very deep. This is Manor Hill. In the water tank for the rail, the old railway station. So this was Manor Hill. The station was built in about 1882 or something or other. It was last used in 1969. It's got asbestos in it, so it's just being kept there now as a monument sort of thing, I suppose. And fair enough too, what's more. The hotel was built in the 1880s. A lady in there called Dyer runs it. No, she doesn't get lonely. No, she doesn't need a man. Interesting stuff. I said, do many people call in? She said, oh, sometimes. And I thought, oh, talkative type. I said, so how old's the hotel? She said, it's on a piece. There's a sign behind you. Gave all the information. I thought, oh shit, okay. So she obviously doesn't like talking. She sat down and started mucking around with a laptop, and that was it. Yeah, she was, I suppose she got fed up with it over the years, but if you're in that line of business. But anyway, it is what it is. Police. Probably used more as an office than as a proper police station these days. Okay, Manor Hill, that was it. Notable for the railway station. And die. Olary 36. Well, that's interesting. Two guys just overtook me and they're both towing boats. And they're going to Broken Hill, or going that way. Because the highway does go all the way through, of course, so... interesting. There are plenty of rest areas along here. This one's actually got the semi-trailer on the signboard, so I guess it's more designated for them. But there have been other rest areas that haven't been signed, and you can see that they've been used in amongst the trees and that. Perfect caravan type ones. We're just coming up to Olary or Olary, or however they pronounce it. Again, one of those water tanks over on the right hand side by the railway line. Throw back to the days of steam. Hotel here. Yes, and there's those toilets here. I remember this one from those with Mum and Jane. That was Olary. Coburn 68, and I believe that might be the border. Okay, so there's another rest area here, and if it's a good one, we might stay the night. Not a lot of signal here, so I might keep going on and follow the train. Right, so there you go. Even the train went past. Yeah, no, the signal here is about weak for what I want, so we might sort of head on a bit closer and see what's at the next one. So we have another one of those water tanks, and this is Mingari or Mingari or something like that. Amguri tea written all over it. Beautiful. Guy on a push bike. If you enjoyed this video, there's over 200 more just like it on this channel. Subscribe and hit the notification bell and we'll let you know when our next video is available. If you liked this video, hit the like button. And if you weren't that impressed, please don't hit the dislike button. Instead, tell us why, so that we can do something about it. Thanks for watching.